Our next contributor is Thomas Abakah, and he is going to have Professor Albert Kapikian read on his behalf.
Thomas wants me to say that he's an author who says he writes not from the head, but from the heart. I will read excerpts from Into the Mirror of Memories. Where am I? In front of me is a familiar door, a door that I could not open in a previous dream because it has a chain with a lock on it. I know that it can't be opened yet. I tell myself, okay, I need to get out of this dream. So I walk forward to find an exit, but it is too dark to see. Slowly, I inch forward, farther into the darkness. Then I see ahead of me a pure white light. I run towards it, and as I approach, it grows brighter. So bright, I must use my hand as a visor. Before I reach it, I start falling down again, down, down. I see nothing but a mysterious light shining through the mirror's cracks. All at once, I am sucked into a void, into the middle of the mirror by some invisible force. Inside the mirror, I am like a ghost. In front of me, I see myself, not myself now, but the person I was a few years ago, a young man looking for work. For years, I had wanted a job. I wanted to work and earn my own money. I had applied to many jobs, but I was never invited for an interview. Sometimes employers would call me after reading my application, but when we were on the phone, they couldn't understand me. They would cut the conversation short and tell me they would call me back later. I would wait and wait, but they never would get back to me. That made me frustrated that people would get my hopes up if they never intended to hire me. I knew I would be a good worker if only I was given a chance. You see, I have a form of cerebral palsy. It is hard for people to understand what I say. I could talk when I was very young, but as I grew up, my speech got worse and worse. Doctors examined me. They found that my brain does not connect well to my tongue and jaw functions. I am not able to move these as needed to form words and sounds. I can talk, but not like normal people. Often, I must rely on others to communicate. This makes me feel dependent when I want to be independent. It can also cause social difficulties. Some people are scared to talk with me because they don't know how to talk with people who have a speech disorder. When I start talking, they walk away or hurry to end the conversation. Sometimes people glance at each other and smirk, as if I can't see them doing this. Work began at 4:35 a.m. We would unload heavy boxes from trucks into the UPS vehicles. Even small boxes could weigh a lot. At first, my back and shoulder muscles would ache, but as time went by, I got used to it. When my shift ended, I would walk 20 minutes to catch one bus to go to my college campus so that I could take the college shuttle bus to another campus, then switch to yet another bus, arrive home, and take a bath. After that, I would catch two buses to school by using the county ride-on bus and the college shuttle bus. I would then try to do homework. Sometimes I would go to the third floor of the library, look for an empty seat, and put my head on the desk and sleep. My classes all started at 5 p.m. There were different ones depending on the night: plumbing, electricity, construction. The classes were fun, but because they had labs, they were long, lasting until 10 p.m. sometimes. Afterwards, I would debate with myself, should I go home or to the workplace? If I went home, I'd have less than an hour before I'd have to leave again. I started to drive Uber and Lyft in the mornings from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. The first time I was scared because I had to go to Washington, D.C. I had never driven in the city before. I kept getting lost, especially with all the streets converging in circles. Because of this, I received some low ratings. I tried to tell them that I was new to Uber and Lyft and as new as a driver so they would understand, but they were often grumpy. One of the customers, though, was very nice, and he said, Don't worry, take your time. It's okay. This made me feel better. It took me a few weeks to learn the ropes, but I gained confidence and started to like the job. It was fun. My time on the road was my time. I had independence. I felt free, like I could explore the world. Time stopped while I was driving. I started driving every day, and after a while, I got to know the streets of Washington, D.C. a little better. Also, I got to meet interesting people with different ethnic backgrounds from different parts of the DMV area and from different countries like Italy, Spain, and France. After driving, I would go to campus to study, attend my night classes, then drive home. So tired, I wouldn't eat dinner. I would get up the next day at 5 a.m., sleepy, but happy to be starting a new day and driving around and meeting new people. As a professional driver, I have visited almost 400 towns and cities. Some of the places are so beautiful. I remember dropping off someone in Arlington, across the river from the Lincoln Memorial. I was on top of a hill with a wide view and could see the Washington Monument in the distance. I thought, how tall it is. Wherever I went, I would see it. No matter how far I would travel, coming back to D.C. on the highway, the monument would be there. This seemed to me like a symbol that the world is big, but there is something that stops us from losing our way. Something helps us find our path and keeps us steady. Something keeps us strong. We are not really lost.